Never allow someone to make you feel like an option when you should be their priority. Have you ever found yourself in that frustrating position where someone you care about suddenly starts to drift away, or worse, ignores you completely? One moment, you're the center of their attention, and the next, you feel invisible. It's as if the harder you try to connect, the further they retreat, like chasing shadows on the wind. If you've poured your heart into making someone see your worth, only to be met with silence, know this: you are not alone. Are you obsessing over every small interaction, desperately hoping for any sign of interest, yet finding nothing in return? This situation can leave you emotionally drained, but it also marks a pivotal turning point. What you need isn't more effort, it's a shift in perspective. What if I told you there's a way to transform this emotional turmoil into a source of inner peace and control over your own well-being? The answer lies in Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers timeless strategies for maintaining composure and emotional resilience, no matter the external challenges you face. Whether it's a fading friendship, a cooling romance, or a distant family member, Stoicism can guide you through these turbulent emotional waters with grace. By embracing the concept of detachment and applying Stoic wisdom, you can reclaim your power and bring calm to what once felt chaotic. Let's start with a foundational idea: self-worth. This is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Your value should never depend on external validation, especially from those who treat you as optional rather than essential. When we tie our self-esteem to another person's recognition, we hand them control over our happiness. But what if we could change that mindset? What if we learned to prioritize ourselves in our own lives instead of chasing someone who fails to see our worth? Imagine this. Instead of pursuing someone who ignores or distances themselves from you, you choose to step back, not out of manipulation, but out of deep respect for yourself. You stop chasing those who don't recognize your value, because true self-respect means valuing yourself regardless of how others perceive you. Stoicism teaches us that real dignity comes from within. Now, think about the energy you've been investing in trying to capture someone's attention. What if you redirected that energy toward personal growth? When you stop focusing on making someone miss you, you create space for something far more powerful: self-improvement. This gap isn't just physical, it's emotional and psychological. And in that space, something extraordinary can happen. Those who once overlooked you may begin to realize what they're missing, not out of jealousy, but because they've come to recognize your intrinsic worth. This shift isn't about making others see your value. It's about you recognizing it first. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, if a man doesn't know which port he's sailing to, no wind is favorable. When you anchor your self-worth firmly within yourself, you no longer drift with the fickle winds of others' opinions. You chart a course guided by your own values, not by external validation. Stoicism teaches us to stop chasing. Chasing might feel instinctive when someone pulls away, but it often works against you. By choosing not to pursue someone who's distancing themselves, you exercise a profound level of self-control. This isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about managing your reactions with dignity and self-respect. When you invest in yourself, instead of futilely seeking someone else's attention, you grow as a person. And this growth doesn't go unnoticed. The paradox is striking. Often, the less you chase, the more others are drawn to you. Not because you're playing games, but because you've become a beacon of positive, self-sustaining energy. By creating emotional space, you give both yourself and the other person room to reflect on the relationship and its true value. The Stoics understood that life is shaped not by what happens to us, but by how we respond. By stepping back and focusing on your own growth, you take command of your narrative. You become the architect of your future, building a life rooted in strength, clarity, and unwavering self-respect. After all, why chase someone who doesn't see your light when you can shine brightly enough to illuminate your own path, and perhaps, in time, draw them back to you? As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not external events. By practicing detachment, not ignoring others, but refusing to let their actions disturb your peace, you discover strength. The void you once feared, the gap created by stepping back from pursuit, can become fertile ground where curiosity and genuine interest begin to flourish. In this space, both parties can reassess the relationship and recognize what truly matters. Stopping the chase isn't about losing connection. It's about reconnecting with yourself. It's giving others the chance to miss you and value you for who you authentically are. The boldest move you can make might simply be standing still with dignity, allowing the world to adjust around you. Doing so lays the foundation for healthier, more balanced relationships. The Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus emphasized fortifying our inner selves against the storms of the external world. They understood that true strength lies in mastering our internal responses rather than attempting to control others or circumstances. By cultivating this inner peace, you transform how you approach relationships and nurture your emotional well-being. True tranquility resides within, a deep, unshakable resilience rooted in your mind and spirit. When someone distances themselves from us, it is natural to feel uneasy, even distressed. Yet Stoicism offers a radically different perspective on such moments. Instead of viewing them as setbacks, consider them golden opportunities to strengthen your emotional resilience. This doesn't mean shutting out the world or suppressing your feelings. Rather, it involves engaging more deeply with activities and practices that nourish your soul and elevate your sense of self-worth. Whether diving into thought-provoking books, practicing meditation to cultivate clarity and calm, or immersing yourself in creative hobbies that feed your spirit, every step toward personal fulfillment reinforces your emotional foundation. The Stoics believed that true satisfaction comes from within, not from external conditions. They taught that our peace remains undisturbed unless we allow the actions or opinions of others to sway us. By nurturing inner peace, you're not just learning to cope with solitude or rejection. You're transforming how you interact with the world. You're learning to trust your judgment more and rely less on validation from others. This inner serenity becomes incredibly magnetic. It radiates from you like a beacon, drawing people toward your quiet confidence. Others naturally gravitate toward those who remain grounded, seemingly unperturbed by life's chaos. This peace also shapes how you handle relationships. When you're at peace with yourself, your responses to others become more reflective and measured. It's not about becoming emotionally distant. It's about maintaining an equilibrium that allows you to face challenges with a calmness that soothes and inspires those around you. Cultivating inner peace is akin to practicing mental and emotional hygiene. It's essential not only for functioning, but for thriving. Activities that boost your self-esteem and bring you joy aren't distractions. They're vital for building a life you can take pride in. A life that isn't easily shaken by external pressures, losses, or relational dynamics. It's about aligning with the Stoic ideal of autarkia, self-sufficiency. This mindset empowers you to live with dignity, reducing the impact of negative emotions and enabling you to meet life's challenges with grace and poise. As you nurture this inner sanctuary, you don't just shield yourself from the turbulence of relational dynamics. You become a pillar of strength for those around you. Your serene resilience transforms not only your own life, but also uplifts everyone you encounter. In this way, your inner peace isn't merely magnetic. It's a force that elevates and inspires. In a noisy world, silence is often seen as a rare commodity. Yet in Stoicism, it is regarded as a profound form of engagement. Marcus Aurelius, among other Stoic thinkers, believed that true power lies not in reacting to external circumstances, but in controlling our own responses. Silence, then, is not merely the absence of expression. It's a deliberate, strategic response that preserves your emotional energy and integrity. Choosing silence, especially in emotionally charged situations, communicates that you stand firmly rooted in your principles and are unaffected by the behavior or actions of others. It's not about retreating or ignoring problems. It's about stepping out of the endless cycle of reactions and counterreactions that often escalate conflict or deepen misunderstandings. It's a conscious decision to channel your energy where it truly matters, into what you can control, your inner peace. In moments when the urge arises to demand explanations or seek closure, silence can become an extraordinary source of power. This aligns with the Stoic practice of focusing solely on what lies within your sphere of influence. You cannot dictate how others feel or act, but you can determine how much their actions disrupt your tranquility. Silence, in this context, acts as a mirror, reflecting others' behaviors without distortion from your emotional responses. It grants them space to confront the reality of their actions, fostering self-awareness and introspection that might never emerge amidst an emotionally charged tug-of-war. Beyond serving as a reflective tool, silence cultivates emotional discipline, a deliberate practice requiring mindfulness and restraint. Though challenging, especially when instinct pushes you to speak, Stoicism reminds us that wisdom is found in using words sparingly. The impact of speech does not stem from its volume, but from its depth and timing. By embracing silence, you carve out room for reflection before reacting, ensuring your responses align with your values rather than fleeting impulses. This approach transforms how you interact with the world. It's not withdrawal. It's reclaiming dominion over your emotional landscape. Silence becomes a powerful declaration, an assertion of independence from others' expectations and actions. It's a way to reclaim your agency, set the pace of your interactions, and demonstrate that you are someone who respects themselves deeply, possessing quiet strength and unwavering resolve. In relationships, particularly when you feel taken for granted or overlooked, actions resonate far louder than words. Stoic principles remind us that our deeds reveal who we truly are more than any statement ever could. Imagine living so authentically that your very existence becomes a testament to self-sufficiency and joy. It's more than telling others you're fine. It's actively participating in your own life. Engage in activities that challenge you. Travel to places that inspire wonder, and surround yourself with people who uplift and elevate you. These choices contribute to building a version of yourself that doesn't merely survive but thrives. As you focus on personal growth and pursue what enriches your life, you naturally begin to radiate confidence and contentment. Those who once distanced themselves or underestimated you will notice your transformation. But this isn't about making them regret their distance. It's not intentional exclusion. It's demonstrating that your happiness and fulfillment don't hinge on their presence or approval. You're defining your life based on your values, not the whims of others. Living authentically and cultivating inner peace makes you impossible to ignore, a force that commands respect by virtue of your authenticity. Imagine taking full ownership of your story, becoming the protagonist of your life instead of a supporting character in someone else's narrative. This shift from seeking validation to charting your own course is profoundly empowering. It's not just about how others perceive you, but how you see yourself. Investing in what truly matters to you, whether exploring new interests, learning, or venturing beyond your comfort zone, strengthens your independence and bolsters your self-worth. Every experience, book, or journey isn't merely about collecting memories. It's about crafting a life rich in personal fulfillment. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus teach that the good life is rooted in virtue and wise decisions. When you align your life with your true nature and let your choices reflect your commitment to growth and happiness, you embody Stoic ideals. Stoicism isn't just enduring hardships. It's actively shaping your life according to your principles and values. The first step toward reclaiming your narrative is shedding passivity and embracing proactivity. If you've been waiting for others to recognize your worth or make decisions affecting your happiness, it's time to rewrite that script. This doesn't mean dismissing others entirely or ignoring their perspectives. It means prioritizing your growth, goals, and values above external validation you may have sought. Within this framework, being valued doesn't equate to seeking constant attention or admiration. Instead, it reflects earning respect through the depth of your character and the authenticity of your path. It's about nurturing integrity, taking meaningful action, and respecting yourself enough to stop seeking validation from others. This kind of magnetism isn't crafted through manipulation or superficial tricks. It's forged through genuine self-improvement and living a life that authentically mirrors your values. To reclaim your narrative, examine the script of your current existence. What parts of your story have been written by other people's expectations? Or have you overcommit yourself? And most importantly, how can you begin setting boundaries that reflect who you truly are? It's not about arrogance or rejecting others. It's about staying true to your authentic self and proving that external approval isn't necessary for wholeness. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't waste time debating what makes a good person. Be one." This Stoic insight teaches us that instead of merely talking about virtues, we must embody them. When you live according to your principles, you naturally attract the right kind of attention. Reclaiming your narrative might involve small, yet powerful steps. Declining invitations that don't align with your passions, pursuing long-delayed dreams, or firmly establishing limits in relationships that no longer serve you. Each of these actions is a stride toward reclaiming your power and declaring that you know your worth. Truly owning your story means taking control of its direction, consciously choosing to be the architect of your destiny rather than letting others dictate your path. This process is liberating, transforming not only how others perceive you, but also how you see yourself. By aligning your actions with your deepest values, you earn not just the respect of others, but, more crucially, your own esteem. Drawing on Epictetus' wisdom, that we must first envision who we wish to become and then act in harmony with that vision. Reclaiming your narrative involves evolving into the highest version of yourself. It's not about impressing others or craving their admiration. It's about living so fully committed to your journey that anything less than what you deserve ceases to resonate within you. Being the prize means living in such a way that your life speaks for itself, not out of arrogance or detachment, but out of authenticity and alignment with your core values. When you live this way, you exude confidence and self-respect, naturally drawing genuine admiration from those around you. This journey begins by imagining who you aspire to be, someone worthy of respect, love, and joy. What would such a person do? They'd invest in their growth, cultivate relationships that nurture their well-being, contribute meaningfully to their community, and pursue fulfilling goals. Living as if you're the prize means taking actions that reflect your value, whether advancing your career for the right reasons or engaging in hobbies that challenge and inspire you. Aligning with your values also shapes how you interact with others. If someone approaches you, respond from a place of genuine engagement, not desperation. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about being unforgettable because you're so deeply immersed in your own aspirations that anything short of mutual respect feels out of place. Ultimately, being the prize is about empowerment. It's about creating a life so rich in purpose and fulfillment that the need for external validation fades away. When you live aligned with your values, your life becomes a beacon of authenticity that inspires others to rethink their own paths. The beauty of this journey is that it doesn't just lead you to your potential. It may also encourage others to pursue their true selves. Have you ever noticed that when you step back and focus on yourself, people who once took you for granted seem to reappear? It's almost as though the space you've created draws them back in, sometimes even more intensely than before. It's a fascinating phenomenon. When you've been the reliable, ever-present figure in someone's life, but suddenly retreat to prioritize your growth and happiness, they may not notice at first. Over time, however, your absence creates a void. They start realizing what they had when you were present and miss you more than they anticipated. This isn't just a tale about relationships or friendships. It's a deeper dive into human nature and, profoundly, into Stoic philosophy. How can these ancient principles help explain why people often return after you've given them distance? The shock of unexpected growth. Picture this. You're navigating life as usual when suddenly someone from your past re-enters, only they're not the same person anymore. They've grown in ways that catch you off guard. New skills, fresh passions, or an undeniable aura of confidence radiates from them. This is what I call the shock of unexpected growth. We often fall into the trap of assuming people are static, neatly boxed into roles we've assigned them. But here's the truth. Humans are dynamic, constantly evolving beings. When you step back and focus on nurturing your own growth, whether emotional, intellectual, or physical, you shatter those preconceived molds. You disrupt the narrative others had written for you. What makes this so impactful? It forces those around you to rewrite their understanding of who you are. Like a plot twist in a story, a character once relegated to the background suddenly takes center stage, forcing everyone else to rethink everything they thought they knew. This jolt doesn't just spark curiosity, it ignites reflection. People begin to wonder if they underestimated you, if they missed out on something extraordinary.